After coaching over 5,000 high conflict couples one-on-one over the last 25 years, one of the most common questions I get is, why am I losing interest in my partner? Why don't I feel the same feelings that I used to feel? I found that there are 6 big reasons why that interest is fading. And in this video, I'm going to break down what those 6 reasons are. And for each of them, I'll give you my very best real-world, tried and tested solutions to fix every single one of them. Reason number 1 is you have a poor understanding of how long-term love actually works. The way I see long-term love is it's like a hike up a mountain, right? And in that mountain, we've got 3 different stages that we're going to go through when we talk about love. The first stage we're going to call the yearning stage. And the yearning stage of love is symbolized by these things: really high chemistry and really low clarity. When we're first in love, our brain is flooded with dopamine, and that reward center of our brain just keeps firing and firing and firing. We feel everything. So because we feel, therefore we do. All of our actions are because of those feelings, that chemistry that we have. And a lot of us then start to interpret that's what love is. It's that yearning chemical feeling. I used to be a scout leader that would take scouts out on a 50-mile hike. And when we would go on those big, long hikes, everyone was excited in the yearning stage to go be out in the woods for 7 or 8 days. But that stage never lasts, does it? Eventually, chemistry normalizes and clarity goes up. That leads us to another stage, the earning stage. Now it's symbolized by chemistry fading. It doesn't mean we still don't have great chemistry. What it means is our life and our relationship is no longer just driven by a bunch of hormones. Now we also have kids eventually. Now we have schedules and jobs and other responsibilities. So the chemistry tends to come down and the clarity tends to go right up. Now we're more clear about what life is like. You haven't fallen out of love when you've entered into the earning stage. Now for the first time, you have to earn it. And the funny thing about this stage is, in order to feel excitement on your 20th, 30th, and 40th mile of the 50-mile hike, we have to actually do stuff. We have to go climb even when we don't want to in order to feel the high of making the climb for the day. The only way we can do that is when we grow our character enough to stick to the commitments. Chemistry is why all of us get married, but character is what really is going to keep us married. Eventually, we reach another stage that we'll just call enduring love, and clarity is crystal clear. Now you know exactly who you're married to, and your commitment is tested. And that's going to take place when we are able to earn, with our character, consistently stronger and stronger love. It's making a commitment and sticking to it. It's where we understand each other's weaknesses, and I choose to be with you and I love you. The hard part is our bodies are craving the chemistry that got us there. At some point, we need to overcome that chemistry and instead grow the healthier, stronger love. Here's some things you can do to do that. Number 1, expect that your chemistry in your relationship will normalize, meaning it will not just be full of dopamine 24/7. Start seeing this chemical change in your relationship as a sign that it's time to start doing the harder lifting of earning the love. And one other thing you can do is you can earn the love by serving your partner more. When you serve, you're going to grow. And when you grow, you're going to keep earning that love. The second reason that so many of us are starting to lose the connection and feel the love with our partner is your attention. Your natural desire is being hijacked by your digital distractions. Many of us, in fact, are sitting there on our phones with our partner a few feet away from us, not talking for hours as we just mindlessly scroll. It's killing your connection. Did you know that the average couple only has about 2 to 2.5 hours together daily? But here's what the research is showing. Only 30 to 45 minutes of that 2.5 hours are actually quality time with focused interaction on each other. Research also shows that the average person checks their phone 96 times a day. How many times a day do you check in on your partner? Couples spending more time on screens report lower relationship quality and more marital conflict. 23%, a quarter of partnered adults, feel that a partner's social media use has caused jealousy and doubt. That, by the way, jumps up to 34% if you're 18 to 29. 45% of couples report social media posts sparked arguments. 16% of marriages experienced infidelity-related behavior via social platforms. 51% of adolescents reported that their parent on their phone was actually impeding their ability to have a relationship with them. Technology is making it harder to pay attention to our relationships. So here's some things you can do. Real connection demands real work, so set sacred screen-free times. Have a nighttime time at 9 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. We're going to turn our phones off. We're going to plug them in. We're going to put them in another room. Instead of seeking further stimulation by turning on the next thing to watch, what if we actually turn to each other just like we used to in our old days of dating and see if we can't grow that relationship back? The third reason is that you lack curiosity because you feel like you already know everything about your partner. One of my favorite quotes says, "You never step into the same river twice." That river is constantly flowing. Your partner is constantly changing and growing and developing. They're learning new things. They're feeling new things. As you have children, as you lose your parents, as you grow friends, as you change jobs, these things cause changes in us. And each of those changes should make us really curious about each other, shouldn't they? A lot of people believe, I shouldn't have to change for my partner. Well, of course you should. None of us wants to stay married to exactly the same person we knew when we were 23. You should be changing. You should be growing, not just physically, but emotionally, but socially, but spiritually. Some things that you could do to rekindle this curiosity is you could start to focus on not living parallel lives. Instead of trying to divide and conquer, which we tend to do in our relationships once we have kids, you take them here, I'll do this, you do this, I do this. What we might want to start doing is start integrating our lives into each other. Start having some shared goals with each other. Start talking about your dreams more. Go back to where your partner grew up and go spend a weekend hearing all of the stories about their life. There will be a day that all of us will wish we had spent more time understanding our partner. Okay, the fourth reason you're losing interest in your partner is because you're feeling growing resentment because of an inability to manage conflict together. 1,000 times a year, an issue will come up between us. One partner will chase and the other will run away. The faster the one chases, the faster the other runs. Think about it. If we're going to chase in our relationship excessively, you're going to get tired and resent always having to chase your partner. Or what happens if you corner that withdrawer late at night to have that big talk? Are they just going to withdraw and just stay withdrawn? Some do. Some withdraw and they literally run away. But others don't run away. If you corner them, they will come back as a pursuer. And then you'll have two pursuers that go head to head. Can you predict what will happen there? Boom, an explosion of a lot of intensity. So now the chase has turned into a fight. And then in all of the smoke, this pursuer will turn into a withdrawer. This pursuer turns into a withdrawer. And the issue that originally started the whole problem falls unresolved. And we start having a bunch of issues that pile up and build a wall between our relationship. Those walls are going to make you think you're falling out of love. And the reality is, it's not love you're falling out of. You don't know how to stay in the love because we don't know how to cut through and have a healthy conversation. One of the leading predictors of divorce is this pursue-withdraw pattern. So some things you can do if you see this pattern going on, go join our Becoming One program. And in our weekly calls, we talk about this pattern nonstop. We have tools, workshops, classes where you can learn how to manage your conflict. Practice honest, regular check-ins with each other. Learn to name your feelings instead of reacting. Learn to listen to your partner and recognize their emotion and explore the story and attend to where they're starved, and learn to lift the conversations with each other. The fifth reason that you might be losing the love in your relationship is you have a habit of only seeing the negative things that your partner does. A lot of times when we've done this fight or flight pattern a lot, we start to become what are called negative interpreters. And negative interpreters no longer see the data of all the good that's happening in our relationship. All it's noticing are the negative things, right? Are you somebody that is starting to only keep score of the negative things? Are you only seeing what needs aren't being met? Are you only seeing all the things your partner isn't doing? If you're gonna keep score of all the good things that they are doing. Every day, at the end of every day, I want you to find 3 things that you're seeing your partner do that made you feel more loved. And here's the rule: you have to come up with new ideas every single day. And if both of us are working harder in our relationships to love each other and to be there for each other, and we're both seeing it, guess what happens? Some serious change starts to take place. And the final reason is simply that you're confusing comfortable and a safe relationship with one that's boring and lacks chemistry. It is a mistake that a lot of us make because we started with really high chemistry in that yearning stage, and we think that's what love is. But the reality of people that are loved and have been in a relationship for a long time, a lot of what they do is kind of boring. It's kind of predictable, but it's very safe. So what tends to build the highest levels of trust in relationships? It's predictability. So what feels boring might actually be what keeps the relationship strong. But many of us crave so much novelty, and we think our relationship is boring without it. A lot of us that have struggled being loved in our lives are used to roller coaster relationships. We actually may have misinterpreted that a really strong yelling argument is love, or a big fight that makes somebody threaten to leave, and then we chase them. We might think that's love because that's how we saw mom and dad do it. But the reality of a healthy, long-term, lasting relationship is it's not a battlefield. It's not something that's constantly threatening you. The most healthy, loving, long-term relationships are not built on chemistry. They're built on what's called companionate love, which is a deep, close, connected, predictable friendship where we understand each other, where we honor and respect each other, where we feel safe and trusted and appreciated and respected, where we feel validated and encouraged, where we know our partner is dedicated to us. We need to learn to appreciate what safety and healthy looks like. We need to go work on what creates a healthy, consistent bond with our partner. These things aren't hard to fix, but they need to be intentionally worked on. That's why we created that Becoming One program. It's a powerful tool to help you and your partner have a daily workout, exercises, classes, workshops, where you can learn how to grow to become one together. You can look below for the links to go get to our Becoming One program. You can even sign up for our 30-minute workshop on how to create a greater love in your relationship. Thanks for being with me. We'll talk again soon.